Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's something serious. Where my girls at? We link up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right.
Where my girls at? Where my girls at? It's going down. It's going down. It's going down. Oh, it must be 6 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time. And we're here at 9:10 a.m. the Superstation, WFDF out of Detroit. This must be 6 p.m. because the force of friendship is bringing you what? We're bringing you We Got Issues. Because we got issues. And you got issues. We all got issues. We all got issues. And we just absolutely love being here with y'all. We absolutely love the energy. We absolutely love it when you call in. We absolutely love this growing tribe all over the U.S. and all over the world. We absolutely love it. We love the conversation. You guys, when we talk about bringing you light, love, lessons, and laughter, it's going to be laughter today because I think it is still September and we're talking about Christmas. OMG. And the only reason I haven't seen a Christmas tree yet is because I haven't been to the retail stores in a minute, but I bet you they're out there. I bet you, when I go through the mall, there's always this really huge, beautiful Christmas tree. And I always take a picture of it and put it on my social media and say, how y'all like my tree? How y'all like my tree? Because they know I don't have a tree that looks nothing like that. Nothing like that. But I'm so excited to be here with you guys. We're missing our girl, Sabrina Goodwin, Monday. She is on the move, you guys. Ooh, we keep trying to send her good vibes and good energy, like, go, Sabrina, go. But we all know what it's like to pack up a house and move into another one, huh, Chris? We know what it's like packing up a house and moving into another house. It's just so much stuff. And Chris, you were talking about that a little bit before we got on the air. So I'm going to go over to Crisette Ellis out of the Detroit.
Well, hello, everybody. We're so excited to be on another. I'm sorry.
Here she comes in bright yellow. Here she comes. Here she comes.
Sorry. I'm so excited to be here on this wonderful Thursday. We got issue 9:10 a.m., the Superstation. And yes, we are missing our girl, Sabrina Goodwin, Monday. She's moving and OMG. I absolutely know what that's all about. But you know what? I was talking to Gloria earlier, and I'm going to tell you the revelation. And I guess, using revelation, you guys might say for real. But the revelation that I got at doing this move with a lot of stuff in storage and, in between houses is that it really don't take a whole lot. And when you have a whole lot, it takes more time to make a decision about what you're going to wear. And I have found even during the pandemic when all we needed was a top and pajama bottoms, life was so simple. And I'm going to tell you, even from a church perspective, I went to see my doctor today for my yearly physical, and she and I were talking, and she was asking me, had we gone back into the church? I said, no, we're still actually having service outside, and our people are loving it because the weather has been great. They can stay right there, stay inside their cars, turn the radio on, or they can get a lawn chair. But the other thing that I have enjoyed is that we get to wear very casual clothes. I mean, sandals. It don't take you but 5 minutes to decide what you're going to wear. And I'm saying, I don't know, Gloria. I looked at my heels. I have 101, and I'm just saying, 101. I'm
Right.
not going to say maybe I do, but I'm saying, where am I going to wear these heels?
You got more than
What do
101.
you
I promise.
Right.
What do you do?
That's
with
not an
these heels?
exaggeration.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
No.
Now,
What are we going to
saying
do
that
with
it's
them,
an
and how are we
exaggeration.
going to put them back on our feet? For real. How are we going to put those heels back on our feet, y'all? For real, for real.
My feet, I put on some heels and my feet was like, girl, you know we don't do that no more. You know we don't do that no more. So yeah. So you guys, I'm telling you, COVID and this pandemic has really taught us sometimes access, and I'm saying EXCESS, having a whole lot is teaching you that. Do you need all of that? And so I'm excited about this topic, Gloria, about talking about Christmas, because it is one of my favorite holidays. I will admit that I love it. I just love the feeling of it and all of that. But this is going to be a great topic because, again, I heard a lot on Good Morning America today about Christmas. So I'm ready to lean into that conversation. So I'm going to throw it over to our girl, Caterina Harris Earl.
Wow. This is me. I'm still over here rocking two phones, so I'm trying to figure out which phone to grab. I'm like, oh, which one? Can you hear me? Talk about excess. Okay, that's one thing. Put your money in your technology. But I'm telling you, Chris, I'm with you. On Sunday, I told you that we went to a church a couple hours away with my husband was meeting one of his friends from Europe who was over. That's a whole conversation because he's not traveling internationally, but there are other global ministers that are very much on the international. They're on the move. This particular pastor had already had COVID twice, not just once, but twice. Yeah.
Wow.
And so, wow.
Did he contact it at his home country, or did he contact it through travel?
Yeah, I believe both of them came from home country. Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. And so, but I'm thinking to myself, I'm sitting in here with a mask and heels on. Like, this is uncomfortable. And this is uncomfortable. I'm like, oh. So I had 3 pairs of shoes. I had my high heels, which I wore I was like, and I said to Anthony, I said, you need to start taking a picture when we leave the house, because that's going to be the best picture. Then I had the middle heels, and then I had the straight up flip-flop that I put on my heel afterwards. So I had 3 sets of shoes because I think really those are going to be for your showcase in your closet.
In your new closet,
displayed in my new closet. They look so pretty up there. I think it's like, put your art on your wall, put the red bottoms on the wall. That's me. Me. News, Gloria.
Yes,
tell us.
The
audience. We need help with the audience talking to us about news. There was some more. I'm like, what else? The biggest thing that's happening now is the fencing that's going up. That's the biggest thing.
Yes,
the right wing.
Let's talk about it.
Insurrectionist rally that's getting ready to take place. Now, you know what? That is a whole conversation in and of itself. You're having a full-fledged rally to support the insurrectionists that went and, literally went to the Capitol and did all of that destruction. And literally, some of them are even having the nerve to say that the young woman, we hate that there was loss of life, but that, the police officer should have been charged for, shooting her. And I'm like, are you kidding? Are you for real right about now?
Right.
So,
talk about a free country.
Saturday.
You talk about a free country, but sometimes it's tough to swallow. It's a tough pill to swallow when they're putting all of this up there. That's a big one, Caterina. That money right there is crazy.
How much money is being spent? And now they're about to put fencing up around the Supreme Court also. And the former president made a statement that was seemingly a little bit coded, saying, I support you. Well, he didn't code that. He said, I support you. We love you.
Again?
There's a lot of good people. There were good people on both sides. Okay. It was that same repeated speech, but he's not going to be president himself. So it's just very interesting. We had the conversation in California about I could quote the number wrong, but the recall election cost $30 million or something like that. And they were saying,
Jeez.
did we need to spend that money right now on
When
that?
they got all the homeless people.
Yeah.
30 million people.
Complaining to him about the homeless people, and you
Right.
could have just gave your money and built
Right.
enough something for all the homeless people. Exactly. So it's just a hot mess central. We got issues. Christmas ain't one
We
of them.
got issues.
but
We got issues. And to Anthony's point, Anthony said that guy, he coded 3 times. He said that's just crazy. So I'm telling you, we all need to be keeping a tab on how many people we convince every day to get vaccinated. How many people, even if you don't see them, you're talking to them, you see them on social media, you're talking to them on the phone. Are you vaccinated? 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 Because it's still, the numbers are crazy, ridiculous, crazy ridiculous about it. Crazy ridiculous.
1 in 5.
Okay, so we're going to switch. Oh, go ahead, Caterina.
I just said I can't wrap my mind around 1 in 500. That number just seems crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy. And the numbers are going up substantially. The kids in school, the numbers are going up substantially. And now the whole conversation I'm watching now is how many people that are sick that don't have anything to do with COVID are not getting touched. They can't handle everybody else that's sick.
You guys, Gloria, last thing, and I know we got to move on. They did an interview with a young lady who had an asthma attack. So she was rushed to the hospital. The hospital was so jam-packed with COVID patients that they literally gave her an oxygen treatment, gave her the oxygen, and wheeled her outside of the hospital, and she had to sit like at the front door of the hospital or somewhere outside and do her treatment because they had no place to put her to get her oxygen treatment. That's some scary stuff. And so what that says to all of us is those of us that are really, paying attention and masking, and we've been vaccinated, and doesn't mean that, people can't have a breakthrough with the virus, but you're not going to get as sick. But you really have to pay attention to your health otherwise, because you can't even go, if you get sick from something else, it's almost like there's no room at the end. A lot of the beds are
There is no room at the end. Right. There is no room at the end. There is no room at the end. So that's a big deal. As we're talking on 910 AM, the Superstation, you guys, we're talking about news. We're talking about Christmas. And of course, if it's 910 AM, the Superstation, and we got issues, we're talking about who? Marathon. Hey, Marathon. I know you're on there. How you doing, Marathon? You a true force of friendship, Marathon. How you doing?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good.
How are you? I'm doing good. I was listening to what you were saying about Christmas. I don't know. I celebrated a little bit different now because the church that I was attending, they showed us in Jeremiah 10 that the tree was something that we didn't worship.
You know what, Marathon? To your point, I've heard that a lot, and I'll say this: I have not researched it to the level where I can have an in-depth conversation. But I will say this: when you talk about worship, giving homage to, bowing down to something. Right. When I think about a Christmas tree, it's not, I'll go in and say, oh, it's a pretty tree, you want it to look nice, but I don't go over to my tree and just stare at it. I don't worship that tree. So, and I'm using that to say it's like anything else. If you go and you decorate a room and you get new window treatments and you really like your window treatments, you might go in and say, wow, these window treatments are so beautiful, but I'm not spending, 5 and 6 hours looking at those window treatments saying, you know what I'm saying? So I think that you keep things in context, and we want those of you who have an issue with having, Christmas trees. And I know it's the whole.
They've taken Jesus out. We know that Jesus is the reason for the season. So we welcome your opinion, your what you feel about Christmas. But for me personally, I have not been convicted to the point where I'm like, we're not going to have a Christmas tree at our house. I mean, we were raised with a Christmas tree. I love the Lord. I really believe the Lord loves me. So I think it's a personal decision, Marathon.
I still fellowship with family though. I don't cut that out. I'm not antisocial.
That's good. That's good. We love the fact that you bring in another opinion, Marathon. We love the fact that when we call in at 6, we know you're going to be there too. Welcome to the fort, Marathon. Welcome to the fort. We got one more caller. Cecilia, are you still there with us?
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Marathon. Thank you. Cecilia, are you still there with us?
Hey, Gloria, I'm here.
Oh, good. Call us. You called in to We Got Issues. We got issues, and we're so great you called in. Tell us what's on your mind. Gloria, I'm here.
Well, my thing about a Christmas tree, I try not to put one up. Once my kids were grown, I stopped.
I try not to put one up. Hey, Cecilia, can you turn your radio down, please? My kids were grown, I stopped.
Yes, I can.
Thank you, because we hear some feedback. Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
No problem.
I used to revel in a Christmas tree. I loved them. They were beautiful. But once my children left the home, I no longer see a need for a tree. I celebrate just as well. And then by the time I get it up, it's time to take it down. And it's just too much work.
Well, Cecilia, I think that's hilarious. Let me tell you why. My mother got to that point when her kids left the house.
Girl, she left the tree up all year. She said, that thing is so beautiful, I'm just going to push it over to the side. She pushed the tree over to the side, Cecilia, and she left the tree up all year. We were walking there and said, Mom, the tree. She's like, yep, isn't it beautiful? It's just beautiful. I love to look at it all year. She didn't need the shock effect. She didn't need to put it up and take it down again. None of that. She just loved it and watched it. So I feel you. I'm sure I'm the only one in this group that feels that, but I know my mother felt the same way. Same way.
Neighbor that did that, she would just throw a sheet over the tree. And then when Christmas came around, she'd take the sheet off.
You know what, Cecilia? A couple of years ago, I had someone, a friend of mine at the church. She and a girlfriend, they had like a little business, and they would go and decorate the trees. And I mean, I've always decorated my trees with my kids, and then did it on my own. But her trees were so beautiful. That year, I decided I'm going to have her come. And when I saw the care and the time and the energy of what they were doing, I was like, oh, my tree would never look like that, because I didn't have the patience for it. When she finished, it looked like a tree that could be on display in a department store. So you know what? I said, you know what? I'm going to leave this up for 2 years. I said, first of all, I paid for it. Second of all, it's my house, and I get to do what I want to do. And when I tell you, I was so happy when Christmas rolled around, because my tree was already up, and I saved some money because I didn't have to have her come back and do it. So listen, I get that. I understand. I understand.
Yes, ma'am. Because you got to form the tree. You got to do the branches. I tried to explain it to my husband. It's like you just can't figure it out. You got to, make sure they're going the right direction and it looks natural. So like I said, by the time I got it all together and got it up, it was a day or two, and then it's time to take it back down.
Right. Well, stay with us, Cecilia. Stay with us as we're on the show.
I'm excited to have you call in and talk about your experiences. You guys, she called in to 313-778-7600. She called in to We Got Issues. We're talking about Christmas. I know, in September, Cecilia. I love that comment. We're going to be talking about the things that happen in Christmas. We're going to talk about some of the traditions that go on in Christmas. We're talking about how the money is spent, because everything I have read and seen and talked about is now is the time to pay attention to Christmas. If you want to get ahead of the game, if you don't want to be stressed, if you want to get some of the best deals, and if you want to make sure that the items are there for you. Before we go to break, Chris, talk about what you said on today's show about if they want toys.
And because everything is taking a lot longer to get,
right.
If you have children and, your kids want toys, they said you need to get a list now. And they also said you need to have a backup plan. So if your kid wants a toy, if you can't secure that toy, you need to know a plan A, B, and C, because again, they're saying it's taken, and I want to say they said it's 100 days. I think today marks 100 days until Christmas, and they were saying
Really?
it's taken anywhere from like 8 to 12 weeks or so to get certain things. So they were just saying you got to really pay attention to that things are not going to be as simple to get, and expect a 10% increase, and a 10% increase because things are a lot more costly. And a lot of it is due to the fact that a lot of people left the trucking industry during COVID, and they're doing other things. So a lot of it has to do with they don't have the employees that they had prior to the pandemic, and all of it comes full circle. And so we're going to be paying a little bit more money. So I'll talk a little bit later about some of the other things they said, Gloria.
Yeah, there's some things that are going to come up, and we're going to go to commercial break for just a second because you guys are leaning in to We Got Issues at 9:10 a.m. the Superstation. We're talking about Christmas in September because you got to get ready. And of course, the girlfriends are going to get you ready because we got issues and we don't want you to have any around Christmas. We'll see you back in just a few minutes.
All right, you guys. Hello. OMG, you guys, this conversation, I can't even believe that it's 100 days until Christmas. When I heard that today, of course, I haven't been counting because who's been thinking about Christmas? I'm moving and trying to get all of that in life and all the other things. I didn't even think to even count the countdown to Christmas. So 100 days. So you guys, what are your plans for this Christmas? Of course, let's see. Yep, 2020, we did Christmas during the pandemic, and now 2021. And you know what? Now that I'm going back and I'm thinking about what did Christmas look like in 2020, oh my goodness, I just thought about it. We weren't with family, we weren't with friends. And typically, during the holidays, one of our traditions is, we have family come over, and I get with, our cousins. Some of you have watched us cook her famous rolls and being in the kitchen, talking to my sisters and friends and all of that. And we did none of it. It was like, I think we may have, that's when they started, Christmas shopping. You would order it and then come and park, and they bring out, your packages and whatnot. So this Christmas is going to look a little different because, of course, those that are vaccinated can get together and enjoy the festivities together and not have that worry of, oh, somebody might give me the virus, and even though they say still get it, it's not as deadly. So what are some of your traditions? What are some of the things that you're so looking forward to celebrating this time around, right? I know for me, I'm excited to, be with my sisters and have family and friends over for this holiday. And I'm not really thinking about, spending a whole lot of money in buying a whole lot of stuff. I think they were saying today, it's about the experience. What are some of the experiences that you can give your family and your friends? So we want you to put in the chat, what are some of your traditions, right? What are some of the things that you're looking forward to in 2021? Oh, got a little bit more time. So write down some of the things you're looking forward to. What are some of your favorite foods? What are some of your favorite traditions? What are some of the things that you're going to do differently? What have COVID taught you anything about, how you celebrate?
Here we go.
Holiday.
It's back to Christmas.
So
it's back to Christmas.
Put it in the chat.
You guys, seriously, it is going to
you.
be so fun to be back to Christmas because we're going to be the most prepared people on the planet. Your girlfriend's going to say, why are you so ready for Christmas? Girl, you must not be listening to We Got Issues 6 or 7 o'clock Monday through Friday, because those women get us prepared. Their girlfriends, they get us prepared, and we're going to be prepared. So I hope you guys call in and tell us about your traditions. Tell us about your tree. Tell us about your experiences with Christmas at 313-778-7600, because this is 9:10 a.m. The Superstation. Katrina, what were you going to say about it?
Yes, I told Gloria I have something so funny. I just heard last night. I was listening to a woman, actually, my favorite app, TikTok, and she was making one of the TikToks about the funny things at Costco. And she said that Costco takes dead trees back. She said people bring their trees back to Costco. Can you imagine you go buy a tree after Thanksgiving?
Oh, you mean it for a return?
Yes. And then on January 6th, they bring it back to Costco. They return it.
Are you serious?
And they get their money back?
And they give them their money back. She said that Costco will take your dead tree back. I said, do not tell the neighborhood that.
Now that's funny. That's a shame. That's a dang on shame.
Yeah.
I said that is hilarious. Hilarious. That's
sad. Okay.
But I'm gonna tell you,
huh?
I was just gonna tell you, Costco is definitely the place. Definitely the place if you're looking for decorations. I mean, Costco will get you in the mood for Christmas in July. Okay. Yeah. Costco ain't no joke. They'll get you in the mood in July.
They happy for you to do a return. They're happy for you to do a return because they know you're gonna spend $500 and they're buying something else for Easter.
Right. Okay? That's probably why they take it back. You guys. We're gonna get you ready for traditions. And Angela Tatum Morning says she goes to nursing home, donates, and goes caroling, and the different traditions. Okay, so Chris said that her favorite holiday is Christmas. Katrina, what's your favorite holiday?
Oh, it's definitely Christmas. It's definitely hands down Christmas and my birthday.
Of course. And
Christmas is my favorite.
Their holidays is definitely Christmas, and mine is definitely Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. It is my favorite holiday by far. All the family comes in. They're already starting the emails about it's almost Thanksgiving. I'm like, no. It's September. Like we're trying to get everybody together. And so then when Thanksgiving is over, I look around and I'm like, oh, it's Christmas time. So I have to lean into my girlfriends and grab their energy. I'm going to give you guys some stats. Oh, like look at all the corn pudding, the cookies, the turmeric, watching the Nutcracker,
the movies.
Oh my gosh. Oh, the movies. Oh, you guys, seriously, Brittany, she and her kids love watching the Snoopy TV shows about Christmas. My favorite Christmas, or the last Christmas, or the first Christmas. It's one of them Christmases she watches.
Yeah, when Snoopy is dancing.
Yes. Look, even Chris is imitating. Okay. Okay, so let me tell you something. The average American spends about $650 on Christmas. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be more. That's sort of interesting. The top holiday retail categories, you guys, are clothing and accessories, 73%. Food and beverage, in terms of categories, 70%. Toys and hobbies, 64%. Electronics and accessories, 47%. And home and kitchen are 36% of all the holiday retail categories. Now, the top items people buy for themselves. Okay, so let's be girlfriends here. How many of us buy a little bit for them and a little bit for me, and a little bit for them and some for me, and a little bit for this? See, that's why you guys like shopping, because you like shopping, because you get as much under the tree. Okay, so let me give a secret. I don't know if y'all do this. Do y'all do this? I wrap my gifts and put them under my tree for me, and then I open them and act surprised. My kids think that's the funniest thing.
Are I you done that serious, since they were little. Gloria?
I would wrap gum. I wrap batteries. I would wrap everything. And then I'd wrap everything I gave to myself. I'd wrap it and put it under the tree. Hey, if you're like me, if you want to get some stuff, you better put it in the tree. So that's my thought. Okay, so top items that people buy themselves. This would be y'all's category. Okay. Food or liquor, clothing, shoes, and books. Interesting, right? Books. Okay, now this is what I love. Shoppers' behavior during the holiday season, their behavior. They prefer free shopping to fast shopping. 85%. Pay more attention to emails from companies.
Gloria, what is that? Free shopping to fast shop? What'd you?
Yeah, they,
What's
you know,
that?
if free, I'm sorry, did I say shopping? You know, I meant shipping. Y'all know I said IOEU.
We had to go.
I was gonna
Free
say,
shopping.
when you
because
just
I would
like-
like free shopping.
Okay.
We all wanted to know www.whatisfreeshopping.
What?
Okay.
What is a vowel? I mean, I never knew why it was so important. It's really not that important. Okay. They prefer free shipping to fast shipping.
Okay.
They prefer 68% pay more attention to emails from companies. So during the holiday season, 68% increase in opening the emails. 67% plan to buy more online. Research online that ultimately that they research online and then they go to the brick and mortars are 66%. How many people buy all their gifts the week before Christmas? What's y'all guess? The week before Christmas. What's the percentage?
I would
gotta be
say
over
the week
25%.
before, probably what, 45%?
62%.
Okay. Thank you. I'm in the 62%.
62% buy gifts before Christmas.
Which means
Okay,
a lot
so
of people will not
60%.
get gifts this year. That's what that means.
Right.
A lot of people
They
will
definitely won't get gifts
cards
this year.
Yep.
60% start their shopping before Christmas. 60%. That means 40%. I don't know what that means. 47% don't want to pay for shipping at all. They turn it off if there's shipping. And 23% rely on social media for making decisions.
Wow.
Now here's a very interesting statistic was about the influence that Instagram is going to have on Christmas selections this year. So I'm telling you guys this because it's going to be very interesting to watch how social media for me, it's two things. It's how it's used, how we use it, and how much of an influence it has over the purchasing. Go ahead.
And Gloria, let me just say this. I'm so glad you said that because this is a great segue into tomorrow's show. We're going to be talking about branding and
Yes.
how society has totally changed when it comes to branding and marketing your products. Because I'm going to tell you this, I have absolutely bought stuff that I saw on Instagram. And sometimes it has been, Kiera's like, Mom, just don't, because there are times where I got it. I was like, oh, this is a hot mess. But there's times when I've got it, and Gloria, you know, I just recently sent something to you, and they were absolutely some pants. Love it. Absolutely
Love it.
fabulous. So, but again, that wasn't an option several years ago. I would never have thought I would buy something that I saw in an Instagram post and somebody posted the link. So I'm telling you, you guys absolutely want to lean in tomorrow because we're going to be talking about branding.
Oh, it's going to be a great show. It's going to be a great show.
Gloria,
Go ahead, Caterina.
I know you're going to go to a caller. I want to remind everyone that, we want to support small businesses. And when you want to support small businesses, you have to shop early, right? Because that is who's getting hit with the supply chain the most. Just want to remind people that Jeff Bezos, I don't remember when I pulled the statistic, but he made enough money in the 1 year of the pandemic to give every American $40,000. And he still would have the same amount of money before the pandemic. So if we want to not give all our money to Jeff Bezos, can you believe that? Every man, woman, boy, and girl in America could get $40,000, and it still would have as much money as he had before the pandemic.
I can't even wrap my head around that.
Me either.
Wow.
And so we got to be intentional. That means we got to buy earlier if we want to support small businesses other than all of our go-tos if you need something. Amazon. Okay,
we're going to go to some callers. I love that because that puts everything into perspective and we all have a choice. I love what Gloria Lewis says. She says, I love free shopping too. She didn't mean shopping. She said shipping, but I had to make that joke. Okay, Buck, are you with us, Buck? Did you call into We Got Issues, Buck? Are you still with us?
Y'all started off. Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
All right, Y'all started off the show talking about that white supremacist rally. I like to call it white.
Go ahead.
All right, so let me tell y'all, I've been listening to the radio. I'm a truck driver. I listen to y'all all day.
Oh, good.
About this rally, right? Everybody talk about this rally. Forget that rally. That ain't what we should be talking about. We should be talking about how they're uniting and they're corroborating over the internet and social media to form these mega groups that's going to be attacking our neighborhoods when they call for it. That's what we're looking and preparing for. See, if we're not prepared for it, then we're going to have to react to it when it happens. I would like to start seeing some black militias out here being formed in our neighborhoods, because it's not a point of if it happens, it's when they call for it. And they're going to call for it. If you're not saying this in the media or anything, because they don't want to bring that heightened sense of alarm to our neighborhoods to where we start preparing. But when they attack, you think those cops in the military that have the same ideology as them going to come protect us? You think they're going to attack them like they did the Panthers? You couldn't even show up to a Panther rally without being targeted by the FBI just to show up to the rally. Right. You have to be a part of the organization, okay? You show up to that rally and you was targeted by the FBI. And you think they targeted them like that? No, they're not. Why? Because their ideology is the same. You understand what I'm saying? So the only way we're going to be protected is protect ourselves. I call for a call of arms if you are willing. If you are able to legally own arms. Don't only get arms for yourself. Make sure your family, you supply your family with them arms. Because we think the government is going to protect us. And we under this false pretense that the government have our back, the Democratic Party, you know. But what we don't understand is these people are uniting under social media to the point that the Department of Defense said the biggest terrorist threat to America is white supremacy. Right. And we take it lightly, like, oh, yeah, it's the biggest threat. But we don't understand. They didn't give us no facts on why they said that. And the facts on why they're saying that is because they're uniting like they've never been united before. And all it's going to take is for that word to go out to attack. And they're ready. If you look at some of their websites and go to some of their blogs and stuff, they're preparing. They got guns. They do military training.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Wow. And my fear is what's going to happen. They're going to call for that attack, and I believe I'll infiltrate this. I'll sign into some of their blogs and stuff. I want to see what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Right. And what they're talking about, they're talking about 2024. Trump's going to run again. If Trump loses in 2024, they're talking about starting their revolution, their civil war, what they're calling it. Now, when they start attacking y'all, nobody's going to be there really to protect us. They're going to, I'm not going to say nobody. They attack the government too. Don't get it twisted. I don't want to. They attack Jews as well. You understand what I mean? Right. They're not going to attack black people. All right. But we got people that's going to be up in arms against it. I'm saying we need to get up in arms against it. They're not telling us all the facts out here. They're just putting out that they're the biggest terrorist threat to America, but they're not saying why. Because if they say why, it'll force us into not a panic, but a more. We will be more reactive than what we are right now because nobody's giving us the facts out here. They are organizing like they never organized before through social media. They never had that platform. They had Twitter groups. Now they're organizing into one group. But the biggest thing is the ideology because our judges, our police, our military, our CIA, our FBI, even our president, has that ideology. So they're sympathetic to these people. I'm not going to go take up too much of y'all time. I'm sorry, y'all.
But listen, I'm going to tell you this. Listen, let me tell you this, because we are going to go back to Christmas after your comment. But however, before we go back to Christmas,
I want to highlight the fact that you're bringing something that's very important to a show like this, that we got issues. And I want to thank you for listening, because not only are you listening, you're calling in and you're enlightening, because I think that we need to have other issues and we need to be very aware. And sometimes we do put our attention on one area and not on the other area. So we have to touch this. We have to touch this issue because this is a very important issue. And if you're not careful, you get distracted in one thing and you don't see the other. So I really appreciate that, Buck. Thank you. Yeah. And Merry Christmas, Buck. Merry Christmas.
Hey, Merry Christmas to you guys too. I'm gonna tell you what I love about Christmas. I love the spirit of giving. Yeah. That more than anything about Christmas, I love that spirit of giving. It makes you feel good to give a gift and give, stuff to other people. Understand how good it makes you feel. I just want to put it out there. Thank you guys for taking the call. And,
but next time you come in, you got to come in with the Christmas ride. You got to come in with the Christmas ride and get you good. And then you got to sing on your way out. You got to sing on your way out. Thank you, though, Chris. Let me continue.
Yeah, I want to say, when I tell you Buck was laying it out, I'm telling you, I was leaning in. I was like, we need Buck on the show. I mean, he was talking about some things that we absolutely need to do a show on that, because you know that old saying, those who fail to plan to fail. And there is, you know, Chuck and I, we talk all the time, and he'll say, it's so many things that are going on behind the scene that we don't have a clue. It literally would blow our mind if we knew all of the real threats that, you know, are coming at us, all of the, and you know what, we have always thought our biggest threat was from without, and come to find out the biggest threat that we have to America is from within.
Is America.
And absolutely is America.
And that's what the FBI says now. The FBI says that's our number one challenge. Number one challenge.
And when Buck said that was so powerful is, there used to be a time where we thought that the threat was just from people who were racist, bigots, and so on and so forth. And we put them all in a kind of a category. And in our mind, it was these kinds of individuals. But it's politicians. When you look at the list of people that stormed the Capitol, you had police officers, you had military, you had our own government, president and senators and whatnot, telling them, you know what, go and fight. So you know what, Buck, you got me riled up. So let me get back in my Christmas.
You got Chris going. We ain't going to nobody Christmas. She dressed up like Christmas, but she ready to go.
But
she is ready to go because she got issues. Buck got issues. We all got issues. We got issues. Chris, come on back over here to the Christmas vibe. Okay, I'm coming back.
I said, this is why you intentionally support Black business. This is why when you make your big ticket decisions, a lot of people do that as we go into Christmas, as we go into a new year, why you ask questions. I literally today, this is what happened to me today. I hired a company today and I fired them today. And one of the reasons I fired them is because they had no African Americans on their staff. I hired them and I fired them. I fired Mallory.
I hope it's not the company you told me to get. I hired them and I didn't fire them.
Yeah, it is that company. And they had no African Americans on their staff. But I got a solution.
Great Christmas show. Y'all talking about the white supremacists, then you talk about hiring and firing people.
But you ask questions about companies before you invest.
We got issues, y'all. We got so many issues. We can't even stay on topic, okay? But that's okay. That's okay, because we're all very confident women, so it's all right, though. But it's true, though, you guys.
We're coming back to Christmas.
Yeah, but two things that you talked about. This shirt that I have on right now is a Black woman out of Baltimore. She was a small business till she got on Instagram, and then she's turned out to a big business. Then she had the shirts for BET. In fact, I'm gonna call her. She needs to come on this show for real. And so
tell us what your shirt says, Gloria. Tell them what your shirt says.
Y'all, this is such a cute shirt. It says, "I love this tea so much. I left the pants at home." Because it's all the way down to your knees. It's such a cute shirt. But it's called Mess in a Bottle. Mess in a Bottle. You guys, go look it up on Instagram. She is so good. She has such great sayings. Great Instagram channel. If you're looking how to do your marketing in that way, she does a great job. But this says, Instagram will be their main, according to 37% of Gen Zers, Instagram will be their main source of holiday shopping inspiration. Now, they didn't say they're going to buy, but they said they're going to be inspired by Instagram. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting what Gloria Lewis said on Facebook. She said, if I see it on Instagram, I always look for it on Amazon because it's cheaper. But then you're putting the money back into Amazon. So you got to really think about, I'm not telling you not to do it, but it's just think about where you're getting these things, because it really does make a difference. So much money, so much. Let me give you guys some more statistics about money before we talk about the ants and the hills and the elephants in Africa, because I ain't no telling where this conversation might go, okay? American consumers have been consistently spending more money on Christmas each year since 2008. Significant portions of holiday retail sales can be attributed to online and non-store channels. Listen to this. In 2020, reached $789 billion despite the pandemic. Okay, well beyond the forecast, you guys. The forecast was 755, and they went up to 789 billion. It's just the statistics are crazy. The holiday retail sales grew by 8.3%. Now, these numbers are very important if you are an entrepreneur as well, because you don't know how this is going to feed into what you're doing, but you got to be able to tell people of this. Holiday shopping is 30% of the retail sales, y'all. 30%. And the period between the 15th of December and the 24th of December was predicted to account to 40% of all Christmas sales. 40% between the 15th and the 24th of December. So as you start to get ready for Christmas, as you think that you left it out, remembering the supply chain is going to be different. However, if you're in sales on that side of it, people are still buying. They're still buying. Listen to this. Home furniture and furnishings posted a growth of 16%, one of the highest amongst all the sectors.
And that's among the biggest. I would have loved to ask Buck that about the supply chain, because that's one of the biggest things you cannot get. You can't get cars. You can't get, you're ordering Tesla now. It's not coming till February. You're not giving a Tesla for Christmas right now. Right. At least February. And that's if you don't want
really.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And furniture.
Furniture is I know someone was telling me their mother you got rid of their furniture, ordered furniture, and still waiting on furniture. And this is like 5 months later that they've been without furniture, just because the supply chain is that bad right now.
It is. It's bad. Listen to this, you guys. Home furniture and furnishings grew by 16%, but apparel decreased by 19%. Now, if you go on Amazon, you think apparel is flying off the shelves. But for me, I'm buying a lot because I didn't buy anything for the last 18 months. So I see something, I'm like, I haven't bought myself anything. So it's a little bit crazy. What about men versus women? Men shop as much as women, but they spend more.
Really?
Dig that. Yep. With an average span of over $725 for men and $609 average for women. So,
and you know what? I can see that
because they're buying for women.
Because they're buying for
the women.
Yeah, and sometimes their stuff is more expensive depending on, where they choose to purchase their items. I can see that.
Yeah. So it's so interesting. Gen Xers account for the highest Christmas spending with an average of $782. So if you're on the sales side, look for the Gen Xers because they're going to be spending a lot of their money. The millennials are the second highest spending at $609, and they're more likely, more than half of their holiday is done online. Millennials are going to do more than half online. So that's going to be really big. And then the baby boomers, get this, the baby boomers are more likely than any other generation to still go to the department stores.
Really?
Interesting. Still, and
but
24%.
That's part of the tradition. That's part of the tradition. Somebody got to keep all those stores, because if Macy's, on Michigan Avenue and those stores close down, it's not going to feel like Christmas. That's huge. Keep going to the stores,
talking
y'all.
like that, Katrina. People going to guess your age. Stop talking about that. People gonna guess your age.
Everybody likes.
Ain't nobody going to no Macy's no more. It's Macy's on the store.
They just want to see the decorations. Everybody likes to see the decorations, whether you buy in the store or not.
Hey, Gloria. In your research, did it say anything about, like, of course we know it's the Black Friday and whatnot. Are people, and I know it's the day after Thanksgiving. I wonder what it's going to be like. Remember when, the day before Thanksgiving, a lot of people didn't even enjoy Thanksgiving because they were waiting out for this big sale. So it's going to be interesting to see what that's going to look like this year.
It's still big. Y'all need to get ready. Let me tell you why you need to get ready. For number one, 24% of millennials in the U.S. expect delivery within 24 hours or less. You guys, they expect delivery within 24 hours or less. That's very interesting. However, Black Friday and Cyber Monday are no joke. Black Friday and Cyber Monday are no joke. One of the most profitable days of the Christmas shopping season. Online sales for Cyber Monday in 2019 was $10 billion, up 15% from the previous year. Up 15%, you guys. That was just like, now this part's for Caterina. Caterina, at 74%, online sales from smartphones account for 39% of the sales. Mostly from you, because you have 2 cell phones. Okay, mostly from you.
I'm waiting on my iPad. At any moment, the doorbell's going to ring. It'll be my iPad because they didn't have it in the store, and it's been more than 24 hours, and I'm waiting. I'm like,
laptops and other devices. Listen to this. Laptops have the highest conversion rate. So they buy more on their smartphone, but if you're on an email and you're on your laptop, you're going to convert at 7% versus 3%. So for those of you that are on the selling side, emails are going to be important. People get an email and they buy their laptop. Absolutely. Very interesting. This is new. Remember how curbside came upon us in pandemic? Right. It was a little bit before. It was a little bit. Walmart was doing it, but then the pandemic hit. Curbside increased by 30%. 30%. You drive up.
They're going to keep that, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's 30%. It's not going anywhere. So you know how we've had those shows about what's going to change and what's going to stay after the pandemic? Curbside is one of those things. That's why you listen to We Got Issues. That's why you tuned in to 9:10 a.m. the Superstation WFDF out of Detroit, because we're going to have some issues around Christmas. You can't get the product. You got to order early. You got to see it on your laptop. Nobody wants to get it from Instagram. You got to buy it from small businesses, and you got to have the minutia next to you in your neighborhood because it's going to be Christmas. So you got to be ready. Okay, let me just this. This is the items, you guys. Think about this, you guys. Let's get ready for the deepest discounts. The items with the deepest discounts at Christmas. Computers, 28%. If you're going to buy a computer, you bought too early, Caterina.
Not
28%
Apple.
Discount.
Apple.
That's when I should get my Mac, Gloria.
No sales unless
Chris,
you go to choose.
Chris,
That's when I should get my
We're not talking to
Mac.
you about PC versus Mac. We're not going there now. We can't go to that show till like next week, okay? Because we got a couple of shows planned out. We got branding tomorrow, so that's going to end this week. So that gives me and Caterina a chance to like woosah about the fact that you're still on an PC, okay? That's not talking about. Okay, sporting goods, 20%. Toys, 19% discount. Appliances, 20% discount, although you won't get them till 2023. Electronics, 27%. So there's a lot that's going on. That's going to make Christmas good. Huh?
I said clothes go on sale. You get great deals on clothes too.
Right. And you know it gets the closer you get to Christmas, the more deep discount they get. Like the best time to buy gloves is right before Christmas, because they all cut down. Okay, so here's a couple pieces of advice really quickly, and then we're going to go to some more traditions. Set a budget, create a gift list, start your gifting research, and schedule your family photo shoot. They say you should start doing that in October on October 20th. And so on November 6th, you should be ready to do all your online gifts. And on November 6th, you should start planning your Christmas card.
November 6th?
You know, I have to.
That might be too late.
That means that they have to move Thanksgiving for me because I don't do nothing till after Thanksgiving. Huh? We take our picture at Thanksgiving, and it comes before Valentine's Day. That's our
Right.
Christmas card, and everybody knows it.
And
it's-
you've been
Oh, you know, let's talk about traditions for a
consistently-
second, okay? My tradition is my Christmas card comes after everybody else has looked at everybody else's Christmas card. Everybody else's Christmas card has gone up, taken down, put away, and then comes Gloria's Christmas card.
And my tradition is we sit around on Christmas and we pray over all the families that have sent us cards. So I keep your card from the last year in that stack. Because we know if not, the Banks family would not be in the prayer list.
Right,
So I always
right.
gotta have 2020. I just put
Look,
it in the
and let me tell you
You're
this.
the first one for the next year.
Exactly. You know, it's before people say, "Where's your card?" Wait till New Year. I mean, Valentine's Day. It's coming. It's coming.
Right.
Look,
It's
my
coming.
mother. Listen to this, y'all. My mother, because she was living with me before she passed, she was looking for Sabrina's card. She didn't care about all those other cards. She said, "Where's Sabrina's card? Where's Sabrina's card?" I was like, "Wow, Ma." She wanted the Monday's Christmas card. If nothing else happened, she needed to have the Monday's card. Chris, what's one of your traditions?
Oh, you know what? One of our traditions is for sure getting with my sisters. You guys know the Green Girls. We love to get together, have something at the house. You know, Kiera and I probably over the last couple of years have started a tradition of, you know, cooking together and making rolls and having my cousin come over and just, you know, filling the house with all of the smells, just kind of thinking about the traditions that I grew up with my mother. You know, my older sisters had already left the house, so I was the one that was in the kitchen with my mother, watching her. And it was just, you know, the house was filled with smells of love. And I just think, you know, I do know at one point they had certain scents, you know, that you could purchase. Is nothing like walking in during the holiday and you smell either chocolate chip cookies or you smell cinnamon and you smell, you know, somebody said, if you just want people to think you can cook, just take a onion and saute it and that's it. And they would think, oh my God, what's going on at your house? So it's more the feeling around the cooking part for me when it comes to the tradition. And of course, putting up our tree and just, you know, sitting around reminiscing, I think is the best part for me.
Well, you know, one
Sabrina
of the things
is giving
we need to have Pert on there. We needed to have Catrina's mother on here for real. What were we gonna say, Catrina?
I said Sabrina is giving Mrs. Hilliard some love in our chat. Just loving you, loving you, loving you. We live in California and Chicago, and one of the things for Christmas is we want some snow now. Even the California girl wants some snow.
Oh,
Not
no,
in California.
That'll never be on my list. When I tell you, I told my grandkids, don't send Gigi. Don't even cut out one of those snowflakes. I don't want to see no kind of snow, and I don't even want the kind you cut out on a piece of paper. No snow.
Bah humbug, Gloria.
Whatever. Merry Christmas and happy Thanksgiving to you and the truck drivers from We Got Issues. We Got Issues, and this is 9:10 a.m. the Superstation. We're here every Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you tomorrow when we're talking about branding. Tune in, get your girlfriends. It's going to be awesome. Love you, love you, love you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.